We're going to talk about CRO responses to the Blackwood ace and king asking bids. These are relatively unknown in the United States. You know how much I love adding history into my videos whenever I can. So bear with me as I do a little bit of that before we get into the details. I've been able to trace this back as far as the Italian blue team seen here in 1966 at the Bermuda Bowl. In the late 1970s, Jerry Potier learned it from Bob Clifton and Dave Peliquin, who were members of the Kaplan Scheinwald system team at the Springfield Bridge Club in Massachusetts. Jerry incorporated it into a bidding system which I wrote up for him, and we published that in 1998. Its follow-on was published much more recently online. Researching this, I found that a version of it is played in Australia and perhaps New Zealand, but they use 4 clubs as the starting point. They made a PDF only, not a video, and I have included a link to that in the notes. I was also quite surprised to find out that in the UK, specifically in Wales, they are using a variant of this as a 2-suited overcall, which is in lieu of using Michael's and the unusual 2-note trump. It's quite interesting, and they actually made a couple of videos on that, and I have put them in playlist CB29, which is kind of advanced video stuff, which is where you're going to find this video as well. A word of warning: the version you are about to see is the one that Jerry and I published in 1998. Your mileage may vary. Have to put this in here, mea culpa. When getting ready to render this for upload, I discovered that when I was fiddling around with this chart, I managed to move the OR 3 somehow into the wrong block up at the top. So it should read 0, 1, or 3, and the OR 3 to the left should just be crossed out. Please make that pen and ink change if you decide to make a screenshot of this and print it so that you have it for reference. My apologies. I went back to do it over again, and I realized that having been very efficient, I cleaned up after myself this time and deleted all the files. So rather than go and start all over again and then try and figure out how to fit it into the timeline on this video, I just thought I'd stick this in here with my apologies. This chart is an overview. You might want to take a screenshot of it. Should you choose to use this, Gerber is completely gone, as are exclusion Blackwood and Redwood minor wood. Can't use them. 4-note trump quantitative is also gone. However, 5-note trump pass or bid 6 partner still exists. Second round controls such as singletons or kings are not used, and if you show a control during a control bidding sequence, that control is not shown during the responses to the ace asking bid. It's as though you've already bid it, you don't have to bid it again. This is very important. If you initiate this sequence by bidding 4-note trump, you must have at least 1 ace. If you don't, it won't work. The lovely part of this is that the answers to the ace asking bid and the king asking bid work exactly the same way. with 0, 1, or 3, not counting one that you showed during a control bidding sequence, you bid either 5 or 6 clubs depending on which one you're responding to. Partner has a way to figure out if it's 3 or 0 or 1 by looking at his hand and remembering the bidding. You might need to know whether it's 0 or 1, and the way he finds that out is by the asking bid of diamonds, 5 diamonds or 6 diamonds, depending again on whether you're looking at aces or kings. If you have 0, you bid the lowest rank of the agreed upon final contract. If you have 1, you bid the slam. Although rare, it is possible for the teller to have all 4 kings, in which case teller bids no trump. Well, now let's look at a few examples. Folks show you situations where their gadget works well. Let me start with one where it doesn't work all that well, and you have to kind of guess. So here, South, you open 1 no trump. Open 1 diamond. North decides to blast into Blackwood for no trump. You now show 2 aces of the same color, and you explain it as such. North continues, so I got all 4 aces counted for, let's look for kings, and does so with 5 no trump. You now show 0, 1, or 3. Oops. What's the boy to do as North? Okay, we did it. Well, first you have to decide whether you want to be in diamonds or no trump. You know for sure that South has 3 diamonds. You're playing him for 4. You have no reason to suspect otherwise. But you didn't give him a very good chance to show the whole hand. That's why you're on a guess. So the safest thing to do at this point is to bid 6 diamonds, not knowing where that king of your partner's is, if he has one, and not willing to go on from there. So you're praying it's 1 and not 0, else how did you have an opening bid? So you just guess and bid 6 diamonds with this and hope you're right. It's not terribly exciting either, but it gives you an idea of how it works. You start out with your 1 heart bid, partner bids a spade, you bid 2 diamonds, partner now bids an alertable 3 clubs, 4th suit forcing might be artificial. You now bid 4 spades, saying the limit of my hand is 4 spades, and this is not a preference, I have at least 3 card support for you. And I have nothing else to say. So partner decides to launch into Blackwood, and you now show 0, 1, or 3 aces. Don't show a void, it really messes things up here. You could, but please don't. Now, partner says, oops, wonder if it's 0 or 1. I suppose I could just bid 6 spades, but let's find out. Is it 0 or 1, partner? And you say it's 1 by jumping to the small slam. Partner crosses his fingers and it goes all pass, and it turns out it works. This hand, it's 3 to you, and you start with 1 spade. This is kind of a 2-suited hand, and you don't have 6 spades, so don't open this 2 clubs, please. Your partner decides to trot out Drury. This would be modern Drury. And you are using the two-way version. So with the club bid, he's showing 3-card support and a limit raise. And he used all the dummy points he could for that club suit to find that limit raise. It's a bit aggressive, I do admit. But you decide, well, you have to tell him that you are on a full opener, so you bid anything other than spades. And in this case, you bid 2 hearts. Partner now waits with 2 spades. Nothing else to do. And you bid 3 clubs. First round control of the club suit. Partner bids 3 spades, showing no control between clubs and spades. And undaunted, you decide to trot out for no trump, Blackwood. Partner says, guess what? I've got 0, 1, or 3 aces. And you reply, is it 0 or 1? I know it's not 3. And partner says, oh, it's 0. I'm just going to take you back to 5 of the suit that we've agreed on. Can't go to 6. I don't have 1. Undaunted, you decide to bid 6 anyway. Goes all pass. And with a little luck, you should make this. Yeehaw. Here with opponents passing throughout, partner opens a spade. And you bid your Jacoby to no trump. Partner shows shortness. And he indeed has the void. You now confirm that we are playing spades, which you've already done with 2 no trump. But you want to transfer the captaincy because you're on a minimum for a game force, and you kind of like partner to take it from here. So by bidding 3 spades, you say, I've done all I want to do. You're up, partner. What do you want to do? So partner now makes a control showing bid of 4 clubs. You now commit the partnership to slam by bidding 4 diamonds. Say, I accept your try. Partner trots out Blackwood to check for aces. You show 0, 1, or 3. I don't know what that is. There you go. 0, 1, or 3. And partner says, think I better bail out here in 6 spades, since I don't know whether he's got the king of diamonds or the king of spades. Ah, but you know you have the king of spades, and you intuit that partner stopped at 6 because he's missing that king. And knowing that you have that king, you bid 7 and cross your fingers, being fully prepared to buy around for maybe 2 in the bar afterwards if things don't work out so well. The examples went through the difficult things. The 2-suited responses are easy, and they're kind of where it really shines. But my recommendation is, if you are still playing Roman key card responses, Do that while you're learning this away from the table. Maybe using cue bids or BBO, practice bidding, or just going over hand records with your partner in the bar after a game or when you get together to rehearse and practice. Once you are fully comfortable, then try it at the club. Until you get very comfortable there, then you can try it in tournaments. You'll also find out how the directors are treating this, because our contention is that while you need to let your opponents know that you have 0, 1, or 3 aces, or 2 aces of the same color, rank, or opposite. And by the way, I've heard that opposite used as odd, opposite, other, any O will do. We just use opposite. But you don't have to tell them exactly which ones. You just have to tell them that you know what they are. Your directors in your area may interpret the law differently, and you'll just kind of have to try it out and see what happens. You may get the directors frowning on you, or you may find directors that say, yeah, you're right, just don't know. You have to try it in your area. With that, we'll end the video. Hope you enjoyed it.